I'm David Kano with the Hollywood MMA Show and MMA Show News. And I got my main man, the King, Kevin Casey. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Just finalizing everything in preparations to go out here and, make an example out of this next opponent.
You're looking lean and mean. What are you weighing right now?
I'm a little under 200 pounds, and I've really been focusing in on the diet and just making sure the cardio is where it should be, and just regathering my strength so I can go in there full force.
Last fight, you went in, fought an undefeated opponent with some injuries. How are you feeling right now, though?
I feel amazing. My whole camp went according to plans. Everything was excellent. I had a lot of help from Kenny Johnson with the wrestling. I had help with Bo Hirschberger as far as working my movements. I was able to train a lot with Leo Machida, and my whole camp has been excellent. Everything is superb, man. We firing.
1 week out exactly. Are you nervous? What's going on through your head? Are there nerves?
Definitely no nerves. I'm more excited, to fight inside the Shrine Auditorium in front of the home crowd. The Shrine has a lot of history behind it. This is an RFA event, my second appearance, a televised event. So it's another opportunity for me to showcase my talent and also for me to further my movement as far as showing everybody that I'm ready to go back to the next level.
Fighting in front of the home crowd, is there some added pressure because you are from LA?
I don't feel any added pressure. I honestly feel more support than anything. There's a lot of other guys from the camp fighting on the same card. At the same time, if you fight out of state or out of the country, you're usually there with your corners, which is three or four dudes against whoever, whatever place you're at. So I definitely love the support. I appreciate the pressure because it presses me to perform.
I talked to Ed Soares earlier today, and what he told me, and this is totally off the record, but he said that what he's been told is your striking is on a different level right now. How is that added to your MMA game?
I feel like my approach to MMA before was a one-dimensional attack, which made it a lot harder for me to finish the fights the way I wanted to because my opponents always knew my intention. Now I'm a little more deceptive, and I have a little more movement, and I'm more knowledgeable as far as implementing the strikes to create diversions to get to what I ultimately want, and that's to finish the submission or possibly punch him out on the ground. So whatever comes first, I'm gonna make it hurt.
Are you gonna use your infamous the side leg kick in this fight?
You're guaranteed to see that. I rarely use it in practice, trying not to hurt any of my training partners, but I had a good response from it last time, and that's been the foundation, so why deviate from the plan?
But let's talk about that. I mean, it's funny, but in all seriousness, I watched UFC 1, Gracie use that same kick, and then after he used it, no one else used it. They just went with a more Muay Thai, the conventional leg kicks. Why do you think people haven't really optimized to use that?
Well, this is a true Gracie technique. And a lot of the Gracie members, almost all of them, have utilized this technique. In most striking competitions, this particular kick is illegal because it does so much damage to the knee. I believe it's illegal in Muay Thai and in kickboxing. So MMA allows the kick, but at the same time, it takes years to develop the timing to feel confident to use the kick. So most guys that are already on the professional level, they see this kick, if they weren't brought up doing it, they don't really see a need to implement it into their game plan. But this is something I've been doing since I was a kid, and this is something that is one of the core base for my stand-up approach.
Is it easier to get swept though when you throw the kick because of the timing?
There are definitely some setbacks to using the kick if not properly timed. If we use the kick at the proper time, it's the go-to. If you use it at the wrong time, he could potentially sweep the back leg. I'm giving a little taste of what's possible. But used at the right time, the kick is efficient in closing the distance. Essential.
Because the last fight, I think the undefeated fighter that you fought, he was a little surprised, but he started limping as the rounds went on from that kick.
I felt that he wasn't prepared for the stand-up approach. I tested his ground game in the first round. He was pretty solid, so I decided to test his striking. And with the kick and also some of my head movement, I felt that at that point he had no backup game plan. So I felt like I pretty much shut his game down, and he scrapped from bell to bell. He was a worthy opponent, but at the same time, I felt like he was never able to open up in the actual fight.
Now let's talk about real quick your diet for Christmas. We talked about it. You said you ate chicken and vegetables, and that was it, and fruits. How is it being so physically and mentally focused? What drives you? What to make you disciplined?
Well, for me, I've invested so many years into being a professional fighter, and it has. I've been in situations where it has almost all paid off for me. And I've had opportunities, big opportunities, fighting in the UFC, fighting on the Ultimate Fighter, fighting in K1, Strikeforce, and different positions where I felt like I could have put myself over to the other side of the game, and it hasn't actually happened yet. So that motivation and having that taste of what the possibilities are and reaching my potential in the game is something that motivates me every day. Also, I'm surrounded by great athletes and guys who have impacted the sport, and being so close to guys who are giving you that confidence and giving you these techniques and ultimately believing in you to go out there and produce is something that is a driving force for me. I want to pay back the people that invested their belief in me.
That's the king. Next week, you will see me finally on camera. I'm going to do it with a one-on-one, but next week, I got to be suited and booted to watch you and maybe do a little behind the scenes to see how you prep your process and your walk into the cage.
All right. One more thing. Check me out on the Twitter, Kevin K.O. Casey. Also, be looking for my walkout song that I wrote specifically for this event. Access TV, RFA 12, Black House, King.
Kevin Casey in this.
Turning up the heat, setting fire to your feet. Deplete your lungs of vital oxygen and knock you off your feet. Your feet alone creates a monster gotta eat. Translated my emotion, then spoke it to the beat. But beat the brakes off a sucker, then watch him as he sleep. Boss the lean of the crew, of Capitan of the fleet. Penetration of your brain cells with melodies that mesmerize. This ain't no illusion, but still you feeling hypnotized. Legacies are made when you a legend, live forever. Forever my pursuit to shoot to make it to this level. Most great men in history that rose considered rebels. Such tradition and example, there's no way for me to settle. Try to bait me with some crumbs like I'm Hansel and Gretel. Got maneuvers like a jet, taking off like a shadow. About to let you feel my energy, let you feel my pain. Got nothing more to lose, so I got everything to gain.